I remember in youth group, in our church youth group, one time we did a challenge way back when that always disturbed me. And it was like the McDonald's milkshake challenge. And so they took a Big Mac, they took fries, they took ketchup, they put a milkshake all in a blender, blended it up. And then one of the students had to chug it because, you know, God. And it was a lesson of how God is within you or something. I don't know. I forget the context, but then the person, bleh, as you can imagine, because that's disgusting. That bleh, the puke of a previously blended McDonald's meal all in one blender is what Trump's brain has turned into. And that becomes very clear in a few of these recent clips. So let's just go through some of them during his time in the UK, and then he did an interview with Fox News. Take a listen to this first one.
To think that we settled Azerbaijan and Albania as an example, it was going on for years. It was never going to.
I mean, it's quite the achievement to solve a war between Azerbaijan and Albania. Now, what he's thinking of is Azerbaijan and Armenia, but it became Azerbaijan and Albania. Okay, so that's the first. Then he claims this.
And we seem to be hitting new highs, and I think we're going to do much better even as time goes by. Jobs are at a record, and most importantly,
jobs are at a record. We just got our first job loss month since Trump was last president. So does he mean a record from the standpoint of bad? Up from the standpoint of down? Then he said this. By the way, while we're watching, if you appreciate this show, please do click the subscribe button. It's free, but it really does help. It's an important time to support with all of the attacks on media that you've been seeing. Independent channels like this one, you can click the subscribe button. We don't have any corporate sponsors. The only sponsor we do have is PEP, and that's my own company. Clean, gut-friendly energy. drinkpep.com. Go to that link to order it directly to your doorstep. A gut-friendly, clean energy drink.
Singular privilege to be the first American president welcomed here. And if you think about it, they said it's a lot of presidents, and this was the second state visit, and that's the first, and maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is, actually.
So in his very round outfit, it's the outfit. It's not him. The outfit doesn't do him a great service. Maybe it's the cummerbund or something. But he claimed that he's the first president. People are trying to figure this out. Maybe I'm missing something. But he says he's the first president. He's talking about the Windsor Castle. Because then you have people linking to all the different U.S. presidents who have visited the Windsor Castle, including Trump in 2018, and Joe Biden, and Barack Obama, and George Bush, and Bill Clinton twice, and Ronald Reagan, and Richard Nixon, and Dwight D. Eisenhower, and Woodrow Wilson. So we'll see. We'll circle back if we figure out what he meant on that. Then he doubled down on this claim.
I agree. You understand. Yeah. And we're going to be reducing drug costs over the next year and a half by not 50 or 60%, by 1,000%.
Yeah.
Because if you think a $10 pill going, so it'll be raised up from 10 to 20 because it's the world versus us. So the world is a bigger place. So it'll go from 10 to 20. It won't go from 10 to 50 or 60 for them, which is bearable. And it'll go from 10 to 20 for us. So you're talking about a monumental change in healthcare. That's going to affect Medicare, Medicaid, even Social Security. It's going to affect everything.
What? I thought that was... Disclaimer, I didn't actually watch that full clip. I just thought he was doing the 1,000. I saw the transcript. We're reducing drug price by 1,000%, which mathematically doesn't make any sense because how do you reduce it more than 100%, the whole price? So they're going to pay us. So that was and I was just going to go, he did it again. What was that? Did you hear that? It's going to go from 10 to 20? Am I missing something? If I'm missing something, tell me. The other countries are going to go from 10 to 20. We're going to go from 10 to 20? And that's going to be down 1,000%? Even if you meant 20 to 10, that would be not that would not be 1,000%. Wait, one more time in its entirety. What?
To agree. You understand.
Yeah.
And we're going to be reducing drug costs over the next year and a half by not 50 or 60%, by 1,000%. Because if you think a $10 pill going, so it'll be raised up from 10 to 20 because it's the world versus us. So the world is a bigger place. So it'll go from 10 to 20. It won't go from 10 to 50 or 60 for them, which is bearable. And it'll go from 10 to 20 for us. So you're talking about a monument.
I can't process that. Okay, I don't even like doing this. He's the one who has the responsibility as the president to explain his thoughts. I don't need to translate it. Translate. You get it? I think what he's trying to say, I'm going to do it, is the cost of the pill. Does he mean like to make is $10 and here we pay 50 and in other places they pay 10? And for us it's going to go down to 20 up from the 10 of what it is to make, but for them is no, that doesn't. And guess what? Even if it is that, like they pay 10 there and we pay 50 and it's going to go down to 20 for us and 20 for them because it's like the best price among the other countries model. And that's still not 1,000%. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
That's what it's just the brain's gotten so small, it's bouncing around like the little screensavers in his brain. I think this is a good time to play something that Cole put together.
Smart people don't like me. We have the worst education almost in the large world, the world that people know about. The windmills are driving the whales crazy, obviously. You know, grass is a lifetime like people have a lifetime. I know a lot about grass. Everyone is talking about artificial intelligence. I find that too. Artificial, I can't stand it. You know, I don't like anything that's artificial, so could we straighten that out? You know, we've cut drug prices by 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500%. I don't mean 50%, I mean 14, 1,500%. $8 million for making mice transgender, seriously overweight. And he takes the fat shot drug. We're going back to plastic straws. I think it's okay. And I don't think that plastic's going to affect a shark very much as they're munching their way through the ocean. And then, of course, you have the Declaration of Independence. What does it mean to you? Well, it means exactly what it says. It's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity and love and respect. How do you get to be president and you're stupid?
That's so good, Cole. And if you didn't hear, he starts off the clip by saying, "Smart people don't like me very much." Munching their way through the ocean. It's so sad. It's real. That's our president. What do you think of the Declaration of Independence? Well, I mean, it is what it says. It's a declaration of love. Really, we were like, oh, King. Yeah. I also don't know how you could become the president. Then we go to this part of his interview.
When do you think that people are going to feel that? Because we do see polling that doesn't poll well in the economy. The recent Fox polling said 52% say the economy is worse under this administration. You've got unemployment at the highest rate in 4 years. Groceries made a big jump in the last term. So how is that? You're looking forward with these plans that you just talked about. When will people feel that, Mr.
Well,
Trump?
when the factories start opening. I mean, right now we're building them. And, you know, Fox polling, I have to tell you, I've told you before, it's the worst polling I've ever had. It's always, I mean, during the election, they had me winning by a little bit, not by a massive amount. And Fox polling, I've told
you did win by a little bit. a little bit in each state, which electorally was a lot, but the polling shows you probably we're going to win a little bit in each state and get a big electoral win. That's literally what the polling showed the day before the election. But okay, he won't accept that people are feeling negatively about the economy. There's so many things here. We'll keep going. Fine. Let's keep watching.
There's never been a number like that.
So with regard to people's feeling about the economy and the tariffs, and some polls show that people are concerned about the tariffs as well.
That's only because they don't understand the word tariff. I mean, look, there's never been a number.
Oh, that was quick. They just don't understand the word tariff. He made his claim about $17 trillion being invested. That's just false. I don't have to play that for you. He's very passionate about these different individuals.
Perfected in the pages of Shakespeare and Dickens and Tolkien, Lewis, Orwell, and Kipling. Incredible people, unbelievable people like we have rarely seen before, probably won't see again.
Yeah. Tell me one piece of work from Shakespeare, Tolkien, Orwell, Lewis. I'd like to hear him say, what's one notable body of work from one of those individuals? Unbelievable people like we've never seen before. Then he kind of hints, I don't know why I waited to bring this up so late. Sorry, I think these were in the wrong order. This is wild. He kind of hints that we might be reinvading Afghanistan.
And I've got Matthew from The Economist. Matthew.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Mr. President, you say that President Putin has let you down. Have negotiations run out of road, and what are your next steps to compel an end to this war?
Well, he has let me down. I mean, he's killing many people, and he's losing more people than he's killing. I mean, frankly, the Russian soldiers are being killed at a higher rate than the Ukrainian soldiers. But, he said, let me down. I don't like to see. It's death. It doesn't affect the United States. We have, other than unless you end up in a world war over this thing, you could. This was a thing that would have never happened had I been president. If I were president, it would have never happened. And it didn't happen for 4 years. Most people agree it didn't happen, nor was it close to happening. And I spoke to President Putin.
Ukrainian soldiers said this started long before the 2022 invasion.
About Ukraine, it was the apple of his eye. I've said that many times. It was. But he would have never done what he did, except that he didn't respect the leadership of the United States. They just went through the Afghanistan total disaster for no reason whatsoever. We're going to leave Afghanistan, but we're going to leave it with strength and dignity. And we're going to keep Bagram, the big air base, one of the biggest air bases in the world. We gave it to them for nothing. We're trying to get it back, by the way. Okay, that could be a little breaking news. We're trying to get it back because they need things from us. We want that base back.
We're going back to Afghanistan? That's not little breaking news. What does he mean? Wow. And that's where I'll leave it.